Hey, this is Teebar here. It's time to listen to this schmuck talk about random ass books for his end of the year TBR. Please subscribe to the Rhys Writing YouTube channel, and I'll see you whenever this guy fucks up. Okay, bye.
Welcome back to Rhys's Writing YouTube channel. Sorry about that. Had a visitor. Yeah, but now they've gone. It's time to carry on this TBR, end of the year TBR, shall we? So I've got quite the pile, for me anyway. I don't know how I'm just gonna take them off one by one. They're on the floor right now, so yes, this will be my end of the year TBR, what I want to read. I'll go through them in order of like what I want to read. First off, going down to ones that I want to read. Further down the line, it may change. I've got one big sort of book that I want to do and sort of analysing things. So that will take up quite a bit of time to go through, and I'll also do audiobooks, but I won't do them in this video. I'll have those to... Normally audiobooks, I sort of go off feeling what I sort of search for at the time that I have a credit or I have freaking Spotify. Sometimes it will be like wanting to carry on a franchise or something. Audiobooks, I sort of go for ones that aren't too intellectual, aren't too like having me to think and remain focused, because audiobooks for me, I can easily zone out. So I like to keep him more easy to follow so I can stick to one thing. I don't have to remember loads of different characters and people, but there you are. So what am I reading now? I'm pretty much finished with Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes. Pretty good book. This was sort of my over the Halloween read. Ray Bradbury's amazing. I sort of glazed him up in my what I've been reading October. So Something Wicked This Way Comes. The show crept into town late one dark October night to the eerie whine of a calliope.
Hey, it's Teebar again. Just want to say that a calliope is a steam-powered organ that was prominent feature of circuses in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Okay?
In the terrifying days that followed, everything changed. Two boys stumbled onto the first of the secrets, the nightmare merry-go-round that produced the grisly turnabout of human beings. But not until they actually became part of the dance of death did they discover the final mystery of it all. Ray Bradbury, probably one of my favourite authors. Really amazing writer. Some of the sentences in this are amazing. I'll probably go over what I thought about it more in November when I collect my thoughts, end of November. And then we have Dracula. This is the big read that I have. I really want to do analysis of this. I haven't read it before. I know, vampires and all that stuff. But yeah, I want to do a bit of reading of it, trying to analyze it or understand it. We'll read the blurb for Dracula, told in journal fragments that cannot provide any single reliable perspective. Dracula is at the same time intensely romantic and very modern. It unfolds the story of a Transylvanian Don Juan, the aristocratic vampire Count Dracula, who preys on Desirous? Desirous? Is that how you spelled Desirous? Desirous damsels, and of the mission launched to destroy him from the perplexingly appropriate setting of a lunatic asylum. Yes, so Dracula. That is on the TBR, and I will spend quite a lot of time trying to understand what the fuck is going on with it. Look forward to reading it, and I'll read that straight after I've done with Ray Bradbury, and I'll probably try to get the audio to speed things up a bit, and maybe go over some things if I'm not quite sure. And then we have a report on Probability A by Brian Aldiss. This will be the first Brian Aldiss that I read. Probably not his most famous one, but I do have Hot House, which is, I'm not quite sure, but I think that might be his most famous book, which I need to get to as well. But yeah, report on Probability A sounds a bit weird. G was a first. For 2 years he had lived in the bungalow that stood in the back of the house. Bungalow that stood in back of the house. In back of the house. Sounds very northern. Aldiss, is he northern? S was the second. He was the careful one, the slow one, except that they were all slow and careful. C was the third. Together they watched Mr. and Mrs. Mary, who lived in the house and who spent their time watching G, S, and C. But even as they held patient guard over one another, there were others, those who sought the key to other worlds, other probabilities. Probabilities. Yes, this sounds like a very bizarre, people watching different versions of one house, potentially, or they're all sort of taking up this realm or different universes. I don't know. It sounds batshit crazy, and I look forward to it. It'll be a nice sort of small book after Dracula. Yes. Okay, and then we have Micheal Moorcock, which this will be my first Micheal Moorcock, and it's another bizarre one, but there you go. The Condition of Muzak. It says the final novel of the Jerry Cornelius Quartet. But yeah, this sounds, I think they're a bit sort of standalone. Yeah, I'll read the blurb. The Condition of Muzak considers the process of living as a harlequin and is for me a most moving summation. Here we move through Mr. Moorcock's obsessions, the Beatles, Bob Dylan, the Arthurian legend, through Kronos zones to bisexuality, with a small sideswipe at Stanley Kubrick on the way. The realization comes that Jerry is seeking sanctuary in different universes of time, in separate private mythologies. Yes, it's about living as a harlequin, so it's a little bit fantasy, but I believe that it has science fiction things. Seems like another batshit one. I may want to go a little bit more grounded after Brian Aldiss report on probability. Who knows? So maybe I'll have to swap this out for my next one, which is Doris Lessing's Martha Quest. This isn't science fiction. I previously read Doris Lessing and really loved the way she wrote, so I thought I'd give some others a try, and I have picked up Shikasta, which is her sort of science fiction series, which I really also want to read. But I wanted to get to this sort of one first, especially because I'm still waiting on the second one. I have most of the first books of the series. And yeah, as this outstanding novel opens, Martha Quest is a young girl living on a farm in Africa, feeling her way through the torments of adolescence and early womanhood to marriage, trying to live life to the full with every nerve, emotion and instinct bared to experience. For her, this is a time of solitary reading, daydreams, dancing, and the first disturbing encounters with sex. Yeah, this is the first book of the Children of Violence sort of series. There's quite a few. It's quite a small book, which is good. I was hoping it was a small book. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this goes. Doris Lessing does not hold back on some of the stuff she writes. I'm guessing this will not be any different. So yes, that is that one. And then we have Alistair Reynolds, Diamond Dogs, Turquoise Days. This is the fourth. I don't know if it's the actual fourth.
Hey, it's Teebar here again. I just wanted to say that this guy fucked up. This book actually is 1.5 in the Revelation Space series. The number 4 book in the series is called Inhibitor Phase, which Rhys also has on his bookshelf and will be reading shortly after Diamond Dogs Turquoise Days. Okay, back to the video.
It may be 3.5 or whatever of his Revelation Space Universe. I read the first 3, and I really want to carry on. I love the world. I love the aliens in it and the whole idea of it. So I finally want to get onto it. It's been a while since I read the first 3, but I get it. I remember. In his best-selling Revelation Space series, Reynolds portrays a Norrish universe of 5 centuries hence, where warring human factions are stalked by even more vicious extraterrestrial predators, where the wilder fringes of human culture are at least as strange as the real aliens, and there are always those who are up for a challenge, like Richard Swift, the listless adventurer of Diamond Dogs. When old friends offers Swift the chance to help him explore Bloodspire, an enigmatic structure surrounded by the bones of those who have already tried, Swift can't say no, but if he wishes to understand it, he must pay Bloodspire's toll. And there are the heroes, those prepared to stand up for an idea like Naki, the young researcher in Turquoise Days. Naki has dedicated her life to the study of the pattern jugglers, amorphous aquatic organisms with a capacity to preserve and reshape human memory. When newcomers arrive around her world, she hopes that she will at last be able to escape her past, but the past has other ideas. So yeah, I also really liked the jugglers in the previous 3. I really liked that sort of ideas that came from that alien. So I'm really interested to see how he carries on. And the Bloodspire sounds pretty cool. I like blood and I like spires. So yeah, look forward to reading that. And then the final one, we got The Outsider by Colin Wilson. This is it non-fiction? I think it might be non-fiction. But who knows? I think it is. It's sort of an exploration. This will be my first Colin Wilson. I'm doing all firsts. My first Colin Wilson. I have Philosopher's Stone, which I also really want to get to. That has a lot of cool ideas that I kind of want to see play out. He seems like a very intellectual, I would say, author. He's done a lot of stuff, and The Outsider is his biggie. I think it's his sort of controversial book. Yes, the blurb. In this fascinating book, Colin Wilson investigates problems facing modern man, problems social, physiological, metaphysical, artistic, sexual, among creative geniuses and men of action, Dostoevsky, Van Gogh, T. Lawrence, and many others. He finds examples of the outsider, the man who is not at home in the world, who cannot accept its values. Startling and highly controversial, The Outsiders probably had a greater impact on contemporary thinking than any other book published since World War II. Quite the claim to fame, eh? So this sounds like a really cool thinking man's book, thinking book about problems with modern life and outsiders living amongst us and in culture, and the thoughts and the thinking of those artists and general outsiders. So yes, those are the books. I shall pick them up. I will pick them up. I think I can do it in one hand. Maybe I can, maybe I can't.
It's not cool.
I'm trying to get them back in order.
Rearranging me? Why are you rearranging me like that?
I also have another one
Get
that I
off
believe
me.
we'll have a video on later down the line. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it with one. Oh,
Here I am.
So those are the books.
It's me, Teebar. I'm being held by
Those
this
are the
idiot.
books. For the end of the year. Let me know what you're reading for the end of the year. This is the backwards order, so you have to go. Whoop.
Rhys is reading them from bottom to top, okay? The Outsider is the last one that he'll be reading.
Down, up. Yes. Not many
Please
science,
don't drop me.
kind of science fiction-y.
If you fucking
More
drop
sort of
me,
weird.
I'll kill you.
Yeah. Okay. This is probably okay. I think this is better. You can't really see. Maybe you can. I don't know. But yeah, I will
Please let
probably
go
add
of me.
another book. Maybe see how we go. I want to dedicate more time to reading, especially after starting this YouTube channel. So yeah, please subscribe, like, comment what your TBR looks like for the end of the year, and I shall see you next video. I'm trying to make it
What are you
like,
doing?
what if
You
it
stop
said bye?
manhandling me like that. Don't.
I did it.
You're making my mouth move. What are you doing?
Cookies.
I don't want cookies.
See you next time.
Thank you for placing me nice and safely on the table like that. I appreciate it.